All right, the question of the day is, should I sell my home as is, right? That is something that I always get asked by homeowners because they obviously want to know what options they have. Some of them are in a situation where they don't have enough time to be making repairs before putting the property on the market. Some of them just don't have the money and they just want to know if it's worth it. So today I'll go over this. That way you know if it's even worth it to do it in your situation. Now, first thing before I get started, please subscribe to my channel, like and comment. Let me know what question you have so I can continue making videos about this. Right? So now let's get started. The first thing that you should know is, what does it mean to sell your home as is? So let's just look at the definition of what this means. Selling the property as is defined as selling the property in its current state with the understanding that no repairs will be made. It will come with all faults and issues. That is the definition of selling the property as is. Now that you know what it means, let's talk about what it doesn't mean. And this is where a lot of homeowners get confused. Just because you're selling the home as is, it doesn't mean that you don't have to disclose what's wrong with the house. That means if you fix something with the plumbing, electrical, something on the roof, any leaks, maybe insurance claims that you had in the past, all of that have to be disclosed. All of that have to be disclosed. Because if you don't disclose it, guess what? Even though you're selling the home as is, you can get sued. Especially if you know about it. And actually, I can give you a personal story from one of my clients. I was representing the buyer. We bought the home. Well, they bought the home. They found out that they had plumbing issues. They brought this plumbing company, and the plumbing company said, we have visited this home multiple times for the past few years, and they know exactly what's wrong with it. So my client took that document after buying the home as is, and they sued the previous homeowner. And guess what? The previous homeowner had to pay $14,000 for it. So if that is something that you want to go through, you can just keep it to yourself and don't disclose anything. So that's what I'm here to tell you. Is it worth it or not? Something you must understand when it comes to selling the property as is that you have to put yourself in the shoes of the buyer. First, a buyer is going to have a realtor, is going to have a real estate agent who the whole job and the whole purpose of them is to give them the best deal and terms. They're going to do everything. They're going to do whatever it takes to find out what's wrong with that property, especially if you already said that you're selling it as is. They're going to bring an inspector, and the whole point of me paying an inspector, if I'm the buyer, is so he can tell me everything that is wrong with the house. So even if you try to hide it, it might not go on your side at the end of the day, okay? So if you want to net the most money possible, what would you think would happen if you just disclose to everybody that you're selling the home as is? Especially if the home is 5, 10, 15, 20 years old. That's going to be a huge red flag on the mind of the buyer. They're going to go more skeptical. They're going to want to find out more about the property just because you said you're selling it as is, right? This is not something that's going to go on your side. So if you want to save money by not making the repairs, just know and set your expectations right that every time you disclose that you're selling the property as is, that means there's got to be something wrong with the property. Right? That's what the buyer thinks. Even if you say, well, it's not a big deal, it's just this, this, and this. Well, the point is that they already know that the property is being sold as is. So they're going to do everything it takes to make sure you don't make as much money as possible. With that being said, I'll go straight to the point and tell you what are the 3 things that work against you if you're trying to sell the home as is. And all of them have to do with money, starting with lowball offers. Remember, if you're selling the home as is, you're probably going to attract people who are looking for a deal, people who are looking for homes that need some work. That way they can make either a profit or get some equity on it, and they're going to give you a lowball offer. That's number 1. Number 2, you're going to have less showings because a lot of buyers out there, they work hard to save money so they can get a home. They don't want to go see a house that is already being sold as is because they assume from the beginning that they need to be making repairs. There's something wrong with the house. They're hiding something. We don't want to deal with it. I want to make sure that the home I buy is good to go. So that's number 2. Number 3, fewer financing options. Remember, you have different type of buyers out there, right? You have the cash buyers, and then you have the people using financing. Now, those people who are using financing, they have either conventional loan, VA loan, which is for veterans, or they have the other type of loans from the government like FHA, USDA, and all of that. So those loans are going to have different requirements. And the requirements is about the condition of your property. For example, VA loans, they will not approve a home if it has cracked windows, if rotted wood on, anything that is exposed, that is visible, that is not either a safety hazard or termites, anything like that. It's not going to be approved. So you're going to have fewer options, right? So fewer buyers, fewer financing options, plus you're selling the home as is. You're attracting cash offers, you're attracting investors, you're attracting people looking for a deal. Therefore, you're going to make less money. So you have to do the numbers. You have to find out how much is it going to take you to actually make the repairs. And how much are you going to lose by just selling the home as is? That is the question that I have for you. Now, the only way to know if it's worth it is by doing the numbers. Do you want to deal with it now, or do you want to deal with it later? Because guess what? If you don't deal with the repairs right now before selling the home, you're going to have to deal with it later by just attracting lowball offers. So it's up to you. Let's say, for example, that you don't have any options. You tell me, hey, I know it's probably not going to be good, but guess what? There's nothing I can do. I don't have time. I don't have the money. I have to get rid of this home. I need to move. What can I do? What do you recommend me? And this is what I would tell you in that case. I will tell you the following. Get a pre-listing inspection. You have to know at least what's wrong with the house. Because guess what? Once you have a pre-listing inspection, that tells the buyers that at least you're being honest about it. That you're saying, hey, I know I'm selling the home as is, but here's the inspection, right? This is the guy who did it. He's a professional inspector, licensed, and this is what I fixed, right? Take care of everything that is small. Everything that is small, anything that it can be done by a handyman, just do it. Just get it over with, right? And everything that you cannot fix, just leave it right there in the inspection. Be completely open about it and tell people about your situation. Just tell your listing agent, hey, if somebody asks, why am I selling the home as is? I authorize you to disclose what's going on. It could be your financial stress. It could be maybe you're transferring jobs and you don't have the time. You can let them know about your deadlines. That way they know, oh, okay, so he's being open. He already gave us the inspection and all of that. That's what you can do if you don't have any other option. Now, that doesn't guarantee you're going to make more money, but at least being open and honest about it will lower your stress by a lot, okay? So that's my recommendation to you. Doing that will not only make your real estate agent's job a lot easier, the buyer will feel better about the home, and you will go to bed and sleep well just because you're being honest and open. You don't have anything to hide. You don't have to sell your home, make some money, and then worry about getting sued by the buyer just because you were lying about a bunch of things, okay? So remember that. That is everything that I have to say about it. If you got any question, please let me know. My phone number is down in the description. You can email me, text me, or whatever, okay? So I'll talk to you guys soon, and don't forget to subscribe.